Hi guys, how you doing? And welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Taiwo, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my video. So today let's talk about some of the mistakes we, the new immigrants, make, as soon as we land into Canada. Not only Canada, the US, and or this any Western country, but today I want to focus on Canada because that's where I am right now. So, and I make videos almost every week about jobs opportunity, about trade jobs, and any jobs topics in Canada. So I really focus on more about jobs and mistakes and all that. So, and the first mistakes I'm going to talk about, I'm going to focus on is association. Because we Nigerian, I'm a Nigerian, so I'm going to talk more, focus on we Nigerians. We like to, some of us don't like to associate with people back home, especially me. So, because I'm this kind of person that I always do my thing by myself. I don't really like to, go to party, go to clubs, go to events like that. So, but I tend to realize that when you move to a new country, especially this country that is boring, that you don't really see people with the same color that you are around, the best way to go far is to associate yourself. Association doesn't mean maybe you go around, you go to Sundays, you go, visit you guys yourself every weekend and everything. But maybe church, maybe mosque, maybe Nigerian community in your area. Yeah, so there's Nigerian community in every province, every location, here in Canada. So, this Nigerian community, they have so many things you don't know and so many opportunities you don't know. So one thing I want people to realize is that Nigerian community back home is different from Nigerian community in Canada. I don't know about any other country, even in US. I can't say about UK. So Nigerian community in Canada here, we want most of, everybody wants people to grow. We want to, grow ourselves. A new member that is having any problem, you see, they will definitely look for a solution to assist the member. Anybody that is, housing, jobs, a lot of issues, people unable to pay, students having trouble with his or her school fee. Nigerian communities anywhere in Canada, really, they are trying to help their fellow Nigerians just to make it and all that. So especially in terms of jobs, you need connections right now. So in terms, job situation in Canada is now getting somehow, but we don't want to talk about that. So now the second thing is that credit card. We need to, most people, especially students or most new immigrants, we always believe that because back home, there's nothing like credit card. We buy our things in cash. So now when you moved into Canada here, and, bank cards telling you, okay, you need a credit card. They gave you a credit card. Some people believe credit card is free money. It is not. It is not free money. So it's this money that they gave you is just, I'll say it's just like a loan. Okay, maybe the bank gave you $1,000 credit card, and you now think that, okay, I'm going to use up to that $1,000, blah, blah, blah. Then, one thing is credit card, don't max out your credit card. That is just, if you are this kind of person that is maxing out your credit card every time, don't. Credit card is not that money that you just use anyhow. So there's a way that they use it, but this country is built on credit, so you need it. So there are some people that will be like, oh, I don't need a credit card. Everybody needs a credit card. You need to start building your credit as soon as you land in the country. Immediately get a credit card. Then be knowledgeable, learn how to use a credit card. So credit card is not a money, it's not a free money, and There's a day that you pay back. We have the statement dates, we have the due date. You have to pay your money back before the due date. Then you have to manage that money before the statement date. So there's due date and statement date. So due date, if your credit card is $1,000 and you've used like $800, you've used $200 in that 1,000, then before your due date, return that $200 back to that your credit card. Then use 10%. So people will be like, use less than 30%, but 10% is okay. So just use like $100 before your statement date. Before statement date is the day that the bank will send your credit record to the credit bureau. So use just 10% so that the credit bureau will know that, okay, this guy is just using 10% out of, or this person is just using 10% out of his credit. It means that he's rich, is okay, you know, we can borrow him more and all that. Then your credit scores will start growing. So that is what I learned. So now, and right now, and with that, that is how I do my thing. And right now I'm in 700. Right now I think I'm in 768 credit score, which is, and so every month I try as much as possible to get like 5, 6, 7 points every month. So, and again is that always pay back your credit. It is very important. See, every month they will give you like 5 points if you pay your credit and everything. But if you miss that credit just 1 month, maybe you forgot, there was this month that I forgot to pay my credit on that due date, before the due date, because you have to pay before the due date so that it will be credited into your account, you know, before that due date. And so I forgot to pay my credit before the due date, and I can tell you my point drops like 30 points just because I forgot to pay my credit before the due date. So it is very, very important to pay your credit before the due date. So now, and remember to pay back. So credit card is not, it's very, very important to learn more about credit card and credit score. It is very, very important. And sorry, it is sunny today. So another mistake that I realize most new immigrant makes in this country is choosing the wrong province. I'm going to say it, not just because one of your family lives in Ontario doesn't mean Ontario is the best for you, or not because one of your family stays in British Columbia doesn't mean the British Columbia is the best. See, make research about the province, about the best province that goes with what you have to offer. Each province in Canada have different rules and regulations and different things to offer. So each province in Canada, each location has 1 or 2 things. So now you have to make a research about the best province that fits to what you have. So now if you are this person that, you know, love handiwork, maybe a technician and everything, there are some provinces that are bad for technicians. Like you don't really have that favorable juice that you want, that you know, that you want as a technician. So you just have to make research about the best province that goes with what you have to offer. Immigrants from Nigeria, you know, I realized that most companies in Canada don't really focus more about formal education. But because back home, you know, different jobs, they'll be like, you have to be a BSc holder, you have to be a master's. We really fancy formal education in my country, you know, than here. Because they believe that you can read and write, and that's just it. What they really want you to have, what most companies focus more is certification. You will see secondary school, but you need to just have this certification. So if you are coming, or if you are here in Canada and you have so many experience back home, but you cannot get that sweet job because you don't have the certification, go for it. See, the best thing, if you come into this country anytime soon, one thing I want you to start preparing for is international certification. It will take you a long way. That is just it. International certification takes you a long way. Most HR will never ask you for BSc. They will never ask you for anything. What they will only ask you for is, do you have this? Do you have this certification? Do you have the PMP, the project management certification? Do you have the Cisco certification? Do you have CompTIA A? Do you have my AWS certification? That is what they will ask you. So get a certification that goes with what you have to offer. That certification that goes with your line of work. International certification, not your home country certification. Get it. Recognized certification that shows that you are different from any other person out there. So it is very, very important. So another mistake that I realize most new immigrants makes in these countries, not having a retirement plan. Another, because some of us are working in all these organizations that they don't have a retirement plan. They don't have the RRSP or maybe the TFSA plan and all that. So now, if your company don't have those benefits, like you are working maybe as a contract staff and they don't have any benefit, then out of what you receive, save. Like, it is very, very important. So now, we don't know how fast we grow as an immigrant, because already is too late, because we have spent some years back home, then we are here. So we need to start saving for retirement. I was chatting with someone and she told me that she don't have any retirement plan because, you know, she has been doing some contract job for the past 5 years and they don't pay her, they don't do retirement, and she don't save, no savings, nothing. And this person is doing like 2 jobs. You know, I'm not saying, you know, as we are working hard, as we are doing 2-3 jobs together, let's try as much as possible to save for retirement. Like putting $100 aside bi-weekly for the RRSP is better. So you don't know how fast this money grows. I'm not talking about stock. I'm not talking about anything. Just the RRSP plan, the TFSA plan. Let's try as much as possible to follow this plan. It is very, very important. Savings, putting $200 monthly, $200 a month. That's so in the next 10 years, it will grow, like including the interest in it, including everything. In the next 20 years, this will serve as as a retirement fund for you. So yeah, this will be the end of my video. And if you have any comment or you have anything to ask me, just drop us a comment below and I'll see you on the next one.